So I have been making videos since January, but I have yet to do the BookTube Newbie Tag, so that's what this video is about today. So if you're not familiar with the tag, there is 7 questions, and it's supposed to help you get to know me better, and also probably help me direct what I'm doing a little bit more based on what some of the questions are. But let's begin. So the first question is, why did you start? So this is a very complicated question. A lot of people answer this with like, I've been watching BookTube for a while. I didn't even know BookTube was a thing when I started my channel, really. I was thinking about making a YouTube because I have always had a blog and kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit, but then I watched Candy Palmer's 2017 goals video and I was like, I want to do this. So that's why I did it, and then as I was, you know, venturing through, I found a whole bunch of other great booktubers who I now really love and follow, like, obsessively. So that's why I started. I started because of Candy Palmer. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, one of the things that I think is kind of unique so far about my channel is that, one, I don't read a lot of YA right now, though I have picked up some more YA since I've started watching a lot of BookTube, so that's kind of unique. 2, I read a lot of high and epic fantasy, which, although there's quite a few booktubers who do prefer high and epic fantasy, they aren't reading the books that I'm reading, so that's something that's different. And 3, no one is reviewing every book that they read outside of like monthly wrap-up videos, so that's kind of unique. I don't know if you like those. They're normally, my reviews are always shorter and spoiler-free, except for one where I put a spoiler sign up instead, but, you know, so those I think are fun and unique things that I can bring. Yay! So question 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I think the thing that I'm most excited about is, first of all, finding new books, 2, finding new book friends, and 3, becoming better at talking about books. Sometimes it's something I struggle with. Sometimes I just get too excited. But we're going to see how that develops through this channel. 4 is, why do you love reading? This is a very difficult question. The first answer that I'm going to give is that I think reading is a great escape from regular life, and that's one of the reasons that I love it. The second reason would be that I have always read, so I don't know what to do if I'm not reading. And 3 would be that I love to learn, and books are a great way to learn. So those are why I love reading. 5 is, what series got you into reading books? And this, again, is a very difficult question. A lot of people answer like Twilight or Harry Potter. Twilight came out in high school. I was already an avid reader by that point. Second, Harry Potter was read to me for the most part, for the first 4.5 books, so that wasn't really the series that got me into reading. My dad read it to both me and my brother. My brother was too young to read it on his own, and I struggled with reading when I was a child because words didn't make sense to me, and I couldn't get reading quick enough for me to feel like I was getting through the story. I needed to know what happened next. And I also cheated at reading a lot, because when I was reading picture books, I would know what was happening because of the picture and would have stories memorized, so I would, you know, say the words. But then my mom got clued on to what I was doing and started covering the pictures. So, I mean, like, this is a very difficult question for me. Another problem is that when I was younger, I got a lot of my books from the library, so I don't even remember most of the things that I read. Like, on my Goodreads where it says that I have read only, like, I don't know, 500 books. Like, there is vast quantities of books that I have read and have loved that have not made it onto Goodreads just because I haven't, you know, remembered what they were. So the first series maybe would be a series of unfortunate events. I read that when I was in elementary school, and I loved it. The Berenstain Bears books, I don't know if those would count as a series, but they were another one that I loved as a child. And if you're talking about, like, my adolescence and of, like, fundamental author for me, they would definitely be J.R.R. Tolkien. I read all those books, the trilogy and The Hobbit, when I was in elementary school, and I read a lot of Tamora Pierce when I was in junior high, and loved Tamora Pierce. So those are kind of the series that really got me into reading, but I was always reading, so I don't know. 6 is, what question would you ask your favorite YouTubers? This is also a very difficult question because I don't have very many questions so far. One question I might ask is why people don't read a lot of adult fiction. I just find it interesting because, I mean, I have read a lot of adult fiction that isn't the best, and I've read some YA fiction that's absolutely fantastic, but I feel like there's a lot of adult fiction out there that's really important that just doesn't seem to be on the BookTube radar at all. And the second question I would ask is, how do you feel about editing your videos? Because I absolutely hate it, and I notice that everyone else edits out their ums, which is something that I haven't done because I think it's a waste of time, and I don't have that much time, but also because I feel like the ums are important pauses and thoughts sometimes, and I don't want to disrupt that, and I don't like the cutty look. But so those are the questions that I would ask my favorite YouTubers. And 7, we're also learning how to count today, my friends. 7 is, what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge for your new channel? As I have stated, definitely the editing. I'm not good at editing. I do not enjoy editing very much. So, yeah, that's it. So that is my BookTube Newbie Tag. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you've learned some more things about me. If you have any more questions, ask me down in the comment section below and I would love to answer them. But that's all we have to say for today, so until next time.